What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. This is Professor X with Professor X Perspective, a channel where I just go over different topics: race, religion, careers, mostly relationships, and just give my opinion on it, my point of view. I'm no self-proclaimed guru. I'm not like that. I'm not a master teacher or anything. I am educated, but I don't use, that's not this channel. This is just school of hard knocks, everyday life. Married for 20 years, divorced for 7, 2 kids, 1 in college, 1 in high school. Have dated after, dated before, and just learned through life. Try to get some wisdom through my experiences to be able to help somebody else. So that's what this channel is about. Thanks for all who support and who follow me faithfully. You know who you are. I do appreciate it. Also, let me say this at the beginning. If you have anything you want me to give my perspective on, any story, situation, or question, hit me up in my email at professorx7942@gmail.com, and I will check those and get back with you. I had a question sent to me by a married man. We'll call him Mr. O. He wanted to know, how do you voice in a marriage, in a relationship, how do you voice your frustration without starting an argument? How do you voice your frustration without starting an argument? I think that question is legit, and I'm going to give, my answer is actually going to be what I practiced. I learned halfway through the marriage, and then definitely after I practiced this method. From just reading and studying, I practiced this. One of my life coach mentors said in a class, frustration comes from unmet expectation. Frustration comes from unmet expectation, meaning we have an expectation for a person to do something. They don't do it, we become frustrated, especially if that's repeated behavior. We expect for you to do this. We expect for you to do this. We expect, and then you don't do it. It turns into frustration. So a lot of times when we want to go and address that frustration, we're addressing it in a frustrated way, and we're going to blast them with it. And what's going to happen when we blast, especially male to female, because our voice is stronger, our demeanor is stronger, our appearance is stronger. Soon as we open up our mouth and start blasting, the female is going to get defensive and turn, and she's going to turn it off. So there's the argument right there. Because instead of her really listening to what is being said, the tone of voice, the anger that she can feel, all of that is going to make her tight, and she's going to want to get out of that situation without, or engage it, but either way, she's not really going to pay attention. So one of the things that I have learned to do is to critique. That's what they call it, to critique without being critical. So, and here's words that we normally would try to use. I'll just give an example. Let's say that you asked your wife or your girlfriend, hey, I got to work hard today. I won't be by the phone. Can you make this? It's a very important doctor's appointment that I need to make. Can you call Dr. So-and-so and make this appointment for me? And she said, yeah, baby, I got you. And then when you get home, you find out she didn't do it. And there was no good reason for her not to. She just forgot. So what we'll do is we'll use words like this. You never do what I asked you to do. See that? You never do. And instead of dealing with the situation, just that one. Now we're dealing with her whole person, her whole character. You never do what I asked you to do. And that's how she's going to receive that. Now you're saying that you have, and this is how a woman going to see that. So you married to, even though they don't say it, you married to a woman that never do what you ask, then what good am I? What value do I bring? Now, she not saying that, but that's the feeling. So here comes the argument. Because now she got to pop back. Now, anything that you have failed to do, she going to come right. Well, I asked you 3 days in a row to take out the trash. I had to take it out myself this morning. You don't hear me complaining. The focus was the doctor's appointment that you really need. Because you over 45. And it's time to take that colonoscopy test. So you're really trying to get in there, right? That's the focus. Now y'all talking about the trash. Then you got to come back with something else. Yeah, but you didn't move the toys out the driveway from the kids when they was outside. I almost ran up. Now you talking about something else. And y'all just get more heated, more character attacking, and the subject matter is not getting dealt with. So, and this is what I practice. I know it requires the situation to be slowed down. But one of the things that I don't do, and I learned this from going to anger management, is I can't allow things to build. As a matter of fact, my therapist at anger management told me he had a Dr. Pepper bottle. And he said, what happens when, you feel it here, and you don't empty it out, and then it goes here, and you don't empty it out, and then it goes here, and you don't empty it out. So I was like, well, it's gonna spill over the top. And he was like, that's you. That's how you're designed. You just keep letting things go here, and then you explode, and then because you're so strong in your prowess, everybody is like, oh my God, what happened to Professor X? He said, soon as it gets to about right here, you got to empty it out. You got to handle the situation. So I practice that. I try to practice that. So instead of you never do what I asked you to do, it should be more like this. Hey, that was a real appointment that I really need to have. I would appreciate it if you could, make this happen for me when I ask you to make, a serious phone call for me. I would appreciate it if you could really make that phone call, because yesterday was a busy day and I need to really get that done. I don't have the time to do it, and the waiting list is long. So you're dealing directly, and talking that way is going to, watch this, men, talking that way is going to force your tone to be different. See, it's hard to be rough and say, I would really appreciate if you can't do it that way. See what I'm saying? You can only do it you can only be rough if you saying wop, 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 wop. You never do what I ask you to do. Every time I turn around, you on your phone, and you can't even pick that same phone. Just pick up the phone and see, when you in it, you can go. But if you're trying to be understanding, it's hard to have that angry voice and it don't really work. So it actually does two things. Hey, I would really appreciate it if in the future, and I still need this one done if you don't mind, but I really need you in the morning to call Dr. So-and-so and do that appointment for me so I can get in there. This is very important to me, to us, to the family. And again, man, I'm not saying that universally that's always going to work necessarily, depending on the type of, and going both ways, because I mean that method should be applied not only just for a man to a woman, but also a woman to a man. Again, same situation. She shouldn't come and say, you never take out the trash. Well, I'm sure that's not true. Y'all been married 10 years. This dude has never took out the trash? No. Sweetie, oftentimes when you tell me you're going to take out the trash, you go to work and I'm end up having to do it by myself. I don't like to, go to the trash at night in the dark with the baby, with the kid, with the door open, whatever, right? That's how she would say it. Instead of attacking his character, that you never take out the trash, you never do what you say. You always say one thing, because at the end of the day, you have to start looking at, if this person is as bad as I'm saying, and I'm as bad as they're saying, how in the world did we link up together? So that's why you want to critique without being critical. Change the tone. Do not attack. Address that situation. Don't let them build. Don't let them build. Don't let that person do it 2, 3, 4, 5 times and you never say nothing. Me, at the second one, I address it. Hey, I noticed that, when I go to start talking, you like to cut in and over talk. And you don't even say, I'm sorry, I apologize. And then we end up talking about whatever you want. And I noticed that, you do that, not all the time, but you do that quite a bit. So I just want to know, like, when you do that, do you want me not to ever bring it up again? Or like, what's going to be our way of communication here? I actually do those things in my life. I do that with my kids. Because sometimes I may say something to them and they say, they're going to want to fire back again because if they feel like they've been attacked, and I say, repeat back to me what I said. That's what I tell them. Repeat back what I said. And then when they repeat it back, they have to start laughing because they realize, oh, Dad didn't say what I thought he said, right? Because they was in attack. They wanted to go into attack mode. No, repeat back what I said. I said y'all went to sleep last night and left the food out. Going forward, if y'all could help me out and put the food away, throw everything in the trash can and put it in the dishwasher, I would appreciate it. Y'all on who left it out, why they left it out, when they left it out. No, that's not what I'm not on that. So critique without being critical, I would say, is a good place to start. Again, it's not a perfect method, but especially man to woman, when you're talking to a woman, and actually both ways, but for different reasons, women are going to pick up on tone. If the tone is off, she's going to shut it out. So no matter what else you say, she ain't going to receive it. All you're going to get is, my daddy didn't talk to me that way, and you ain't going to... And she don't care nothing about that behind got to be checked at the doctor. She don't care nothing about it. And in the same way, if a woman's talking to a man, if that tone is too masculine, too aggressive, we're going to see it as disrespect. We ain't hearing nothing. So tone, as well as the method, is probably the two ways to be able to voice a frustration, hopefully, that it will not produce an argument. What y'all think, though? Get in the comments and let me know what y'all think. This is a good conversation. I'm sure everybody, because, again, personality is going to play a part. If you're an introvert, extrovert, if you're aggressive by nature, if you're passive by nature, all these things is going to play a part in your communication style. So let's get in the comments and everybody, and what method works for y'all? What works for y'all to kind of tone down, so to speak, arguments from happening when people are trying to voice their frustration? At the end of the day, we're human beings, and none of us want to be told that we're doing something wrong. I mean, I'm sure it's a flaw in us because we're not perfect, and we will admit. I mean, we all will say, well, I know I'm not perfect. Well, then when somebody points it out, we get an attitude about it. So at the end of the day, we just do not want to be told that we have done or is currently doing something wrong. So we have to approach those situations very delicately so that people don't get offended and tone out. All right, y'all be blessed. Let me see you in the comments, or at least thumbs up. If you got anything out of this, give it a thumbs up. And I'll see y'all in the next one.